Hi, welcome to the Spirit Ignited podcast. My name is Liz, and today I'm talking to you about the full moon in Virgo. So, whenever we have a full moon in the sky, the sun is always in its opposing sign. So, right now, the sun is in Pisces, the moon is in Virgo. So, we are working to find balance between Pisces and Virgo. And this polarity is the most spiritual axis on the zodiac wheel. And this is because Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac and is very much connected to the other realms, the higher power, the higher consciousness, and the divine. Pisces is very much about being in the flow, surrendering to the signs that we receive on a daily basis, surrendering and having faith. Whereas Virgo is very practical. She's grounded. She's connected to Mother Earth. She relies on what she can see in tangible form, likes to create in the here and now, likes to be here in the here and now, likes to be realistic, and is very much connected to the cycles of Mother Earth. So these two signs are both very healing and love to be of service to the community. But Pisces could not bring its wisdom without Virgo, and Virgo could not bring its wisdom without Pisces. Both of them work in harmony to bring a higher consciousness to the planet. Pisces is very connected to the divine, like I said, connected to that inspiration, the downloads that we receive from other realms. And without Virgo, she cannot bring this intuition, these intuitive messages here to the planet, because Pisces doesn't have the qualities to transfer these ideas into manifestation. It doesn't, Pisces does not know how to bring it into practical form because they lack the order, the structure that is needed to commit to being of service. So what Virgo does is it receives the energy of Pisces and it allows the wisdom of Pisces to be transferred through practical order, through routine, through structure, and brings those ideas into practical manifestation. So when we receive a full moon in Virgo or even a full moon in Pisces, and we're working with when we're working with this axis, this polarity, this is when we're given the opportunity to really bring our ideas into practical manifestation here on earth. So we are being called at this time to follow our divine inspirations, to follow our divine ideas and commit to practical steps to bringing them into manifestation in our community. We are being called to not live in the dream world of Pisces without bringing them into manifestations here on earth. Because yes, those ideas are wonderful. Yes, it feels good to be in flow and to be in that creative space. But if we're not making the time, if we're not committing to our purpose, then they just sit there in the vortex. They sit in the vortex and they never come down here on earth. And of course, God, Source, the divine, needs you to do your work. That's why Virgo's job is so important, because the role of Virgo is to be of service practically here on earth. So we're being called to use the energy of Pisces, which is really high because we have 4 planets in Pisces at the moment. We've got the Sun, we've got Mercury, we've got the Sun, Mercury, Saturn, and Neptune all in Pisces at the moment. So the energy of Pisces is so high. We're going to be feeling very creative, very inspired, but we can also tend to live in this idealistic reality and not ground those ideas into reality. So we're being called now, there is an urgency to bring these ideas into practical form. So if you're listening to this and you feel like you've been procrastinating, which is a sign of Pisces, it's a quality of Pisces. Well, not a quality, more of a weakness. If you feel that you're stuck in that procrastination, this is your sign to take action. Even if it's hard for you, even if it's unknown territory for you. So for example, my nodes are in Pisces and Virgo. So my south node is in Pisces. So this is my comfort zone. This is what I'm familiar with. And my north node is in Virgo. So this means that right now I have got loads of ideas, I've got loads of inspiration, I'm receiving the messages and being influenced by all of this Piscean energy. But my unknown territory, my purpose is to bring them into practical manifestations, but this is not easy for me. So I will often stay in this dream world and this idealism without bringing it into tangible form. Whereas my partner is the other way around. He's South Node in Virgo, North Node in Pisces, and he can get stuck in perfectionism, in being too realistic and not having faith in something bigger than himself, not having faith that his dreams will manifest, and he will stay in that practical realism. So we're obviously going to influence each other to bring us to our purpose. But if you feel that you've resonated with either the Virgo side of the axis or the Pisces side of the axis in that example, then this is your sign to either have more faith and use the Piscean energy to propel you forward, because you've already got the talents of Virgo, which is the practical routine and order. Or if you're stuck in dream world and you need that not inspiration, sorry, you needed this sign to bring your ideas into practical form, then this is your sign. So this is the purpose of the moon, and we are being called to release as well, because full moons are a time of release, and what we're releasing is this idealism and this idea of perfection. And if you've got a lot of Virgo in your chart, which I do too, I do have some Virgo in my chart, is you might find that you get stuck in perfectionism. And when you're stuck in that place of perfectionism, you never bring anything into manifestation, because you have this idea in your head that it'll be better when it's perfect, or when you've fine-tuned your talent or your project right to that last point of perfection, then you'll be successful. But actually, sometimes we just need to get it out there. We need to share our message. We need to share our gifts. We need to share our talents, and not be afraid of being judged or criticized or it not being perfect. And just trusting, using the energy of Pisces, trusting that you take one step and the universe or God or source will meet you and take 10 steps. You take one, the universe takes 10. And this is where we fall into the arms of Pisces. We're finding that balance between surrendering into the trust of the Piscean energy, but also taking the action, which is Virgo. So we're finding this balance between discipline and flow, between order and chaos. And this is another thing that is coming up under this moon, is if everything around you feels chaotic with the Piscean energy, and I'm not just talking in your individual existence, maybe you're feeling the chaos of the world on a collective level, there is always, this is your message, that there is always a divine order at play. There is always a divine reason for the chaos. And this is what Virgo full moon is bringing to us, is the realization that there is always a divine order, even amidst the chaos. So if life feels chaotic, it feels out of control, and you're trying to gain that control back, and you're feeling that sense of fear and sense of panic, just trust that something is being woven. Your purpose is coming to you. What's meant for you is already in the vortex, and it's waiting to be born. So this is this idea of trusting, but also having that sense of trust and taking one action, taking one step in front of the other. Now, we're also being called to use our discernment, and particularly on a personal level. Can we discern between the thoughts and the voice of fear and our intuition? Are our thoughts based on our fears and insecurities, or are they based on our intuition? And we're going to be feeling very, very intuitive with all this Piscean energy. So hopefully you should have that kind of clear knowing into what is an intuitive message and what is based in fear. And you're being called to bring awareness, illuminate those fears, allow them to be seen, allow them to be felt, journal whatever that fear is, journal it out, allow it to be processed, and then see if you can come back to faith. And this is what I feel the real message is in this full moon in Virgo, is having faith, is getting that idea of, getting that feeling of inspiration and excitement and alignment, and then having faith that it's going to all work out perfectly, and taking one step in one foot in front of the other. So this moon is special. And I'm really, really excited to share it with you during the ritual this evening, virtually, and also in my in-person ritual on Sunday. If you would like to join either of these rituals, I'm going to be giving you so much more insight into what this moon is about, so much more knowledge. We're also going to be going through a yin yoga practice, which is going to be very grounding and connecting to the physical body. We're going to be connecting to our intuition through meditation and also discovering what your purpose is right now under this energy and how you can commit to your purpose. We're going to be clearing the energy in our bodies and allowing our intuition to come through to guide us in these next steps moving forward. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this full moon, and I will speak to you soon.